Welcome everyone. Glad to see you today. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a special video for you. I received my Twisted Messes Pro 24 RDA in the mail today, and I'm super excited to build on it and to do a review on it probably in a few weeks to come. I think I've decided that I will be squonking on this using the Leon squonk box, since I love the nudge so much and the whole squonking thing. I figured why not. So we will be installing the squonk pin in this video and putting some M.Terk aliens. Should come out to about a 0.11, perfect for a single 2700 battery mod. So let's dive down, take a look at this RDA and see what I got, what color it comes in, and what the price is. I think they're going for about $60 on twistedmesses.com. And yeah, let's take a look at it. See you down there. So here we have the new creation from Kent over at Twisted Messes. Released the Twisted Messes 24 Pro RDA. This is the packaging it comes in. I like their packaging because it has the similar design as the style of RDA that we're about to take a look at. Other than that, you unscrew your top here. Pretty clean packaging. Pull out your spares, has your squonk pin and all your goodies in it. As you can see, you got your tool. Focus. So here we have the tool that it comes with. Keep digging. There we go. You have your Allen key, and then if you pop this out here, in the bottom you will have a Delrin 810 drip tip and an Ultim 810 drip tip. But it comes pre-installed with this. And yes, I picked the blue. And I think it looks amazing. I love that shiny finish on it. And it's not for everybody, but I'm liking it. Now with this style, we'll start down low. Let me screw it onto something, so you get a little bit better of a look at it right there up close. And then you unscrew this part to remove your top cap, and that is also seconds to adjust your AFC. It's not just a whole top cap turn AFC. You have to unscrew and it locks it in place, which I really like that so far. So this slides off, that's your little barrel. Set that stuff aside. Now this says Messes on that side, Twisted Messes. I really like the design. The machining is really nice. I did notice a few scratches on this side, but I don't think it's anything too major. I think it's the first run of them. I did get mine on a special, so now this just pulls right off. And then you have this divider in here, and you can remove that if you're gonna rock dual coil. You'll want to keep it in if you plan on running single coil. And it has the Twisted Messes deck that we're all used to. If we've used a Twisted Messes RDA in the past, they stick with the same deck setup, which I really like. And then a nice touch with the Twisted Messes logo in the bottom of the deck. Messes on this post, Twisted on this post. Now remember, I mentioned a squonk pin. So let's go ahead and remove our pin. Find your squonk pin in your bag of O-rings and goodies, which I have right here, and we'll have the Allen key to install it. So I'm going to set it aside, put this bag. So I have the bottom of the RDA here. I always hold my post into place. Make sure you don't lose your peak insulator. This, get our squonk pin, which I have right here. Make sure you back it off a little bit before you start cranking on it. And again, your little tool like this doodad here screws that right in. Now you do want to make sure you're holding your post in place and that insulator is down. And then you can start screwing it in. Snug it in. You don't want it super tight, but you want it snug and you want it even. Once you've done that, I always check the negative post to make sure it's tight also, which is this screw right here, which happens to be a flathead, and I have one right here. There we go. It's tight. M.Terk Aliens. 0.11 is what our resistance should come out to. And there we go. Nice mother truckers there. Now you want to unscrew your post screws. I just unscrew them most of the way. But on this, the beauty of it is you may use a flathead or a Phillips head. That is pretty cool. I like that also. And these look like they are heat treated possibly. But I'll go into that further details in the full review. So I put mine on a coil rod like so. Now with these coils, I think they're almost small enough to press the leads together and put them both in the center of this RDA, even though it's not, you don't really have to do that. I just find with smaller coils it makes it super easy to center them, because these are going to be fairly small coils for this deck. It just swallows them up. So let me find where I want to put them, and then we'll snip this one, put the other one in, snip it, and you know the drill. I do it generally the same way on most RDAs. Like I said, with this coil being so small, it's going to be easy to install like that. So yeah. A little snip snip, get the other coil ready. And just something to mention, these drip tips that come with it, I noticed have O-rings on them, so that's pretty neato. But it's not the big old fat O-rings that would keep it from going in properly. So let's see if there's one embedded. Okay, so the Twisted Messes does not have an O-ring on the inside, so you have to have an 810 tip that has the O-ring on it, which I do have right here. But I may end up using a low profile one. We'll see how it vapes and then go from there. Make sure you put your regular 510 in the bag and put it back in the box. So what I will do is I will put my first coil in the way I had it, and that leg on this side sits higher than that one, and this one sets lower. So what we'll do is we'll put this one on the bottom underneath, and then this one on the top of the opposite one. That's the way I like to do it, but you can do it however you like. If you're gonna split the holes between them, that's the way I recommend it to keep your coils uniform. Now it's pretty well where I want it, so let's take our flathead or Phillips, screw down a little bit at a time so you're not moving it in too much. I like to snug it, see if I need any adjustments. Which I do. So we need to pull this one back just a little bit. Just like that. That one looks to be pretty much perfect. So let's snug it down. And tighten. Now for me, with a flathead, I always go back over with a Phillips and snug it, and then once I dry burn it and heat it up a bit, then I'll go ahead and tighten it one more little crank. So that's what our build looks like. Pretty even. Now I am going to hire my coils so they're even with the face of the deck here, right at the top. And for me, that's how I like to vape. I like the flavor I get when my coils are higher up, so the airflow can kind of come in and have room to go underneath your coil. So it'd be something like that. Everybody has a preference and what they think creates the best flavor, but that's how I like it. So I'm going to unscrew my Lush Plus off of the drag and screw the Twisted Messes deck onto the drag. It's going to say new load. We're going to select yes. And before dry fire, it comes out to 0.06, which it will fire on the drag. So let's go ahead and dry burn and get it wicking, and we'll talk about it. And as a point of reference, it's coming up to 0.08 so far, and I'm not done dry burning yet. And if you'd like it to cover a little bit more surface area, you could always space your coils out. I'm not going to do that for this particular build, but there you have it. Nice and glowing. 0.12. I think we're going to be using some lemon berry from Miss Tub today. Oh yeah. So we want to, I'll just put a little bit on there. Get some cotton bacon V2 ready and wick it up. Don't really need much cotton for this particular RDA, but do whatever tickles your fancy and how you like it. But for me, this is plenty enough cotton. There you have it. Now since I'm squonking on this, I'm not going to worry about thinning out my wicks or anything, and this has a fairly shallow juice well, so that should help with flavor a little bit, but we'll see. Make sure you don't pack your cotton in there too tight, that way you have space underneath your coil for air to travel. That's about what mine looks like, and you don't want to cover up your squonk pin down in the center there. Let's juice it up. Fill up my squonk bottle and vape on it. Now I was going to do a size comparison, which I will show you in the up top portion. So I'm juicing it up with some lemon berry. Let that sit while I get my Leon squonk box ready and pull the 2700 battery off the charger. Alright, that was a look at the Twisted Messes Pro 24, or Twisted Messes 24 Pro RDA. And I'm about to screw it down on my Leon squonk box that I just cleaned out and filled up with juice. I'm gonna run it with this 18650 at the moment. My 2700 should be finished charging soon. So let's see how she vapes. And I will do a quick size comparison real quick. Now with this particular RDA, the way you adjust it, I set my airflow, then you have to put this on there, and however closed you want it, you just turn that piece. Now I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way open, and then we screw the locking top cap on it. I think that's where I like it, but you can always unscrew it. It's just as easy to adjust. Don't crank it down, because if you do that, it's going to make it to where when it heats up, cools off, heats up and cools off, it may be difficult to take it off again. So next to the Serpent, why did I say the Serpent? The Nudge 24 by Suck My Mod, Matt over at Suck My Mod. That's what I've been using on the Leon squonk box since I started squonking a month ago. And look at the size. It's crazy small little RDA. The Nudge is an awesome flavor banger RDA. So if you don't want to spend $60 or $70 on an American-made Twisted Messes RDA, check out the Nudge RDA made by Witofo out of China. Again, partnered with Matt from Suck My Mod. I would recommend. I think it's a $30 to $35 RDA. So, anyways, 0.11 is what it came out to. After I got it all dry fired and done, I didn't show you that, and I do apologize. It's getting late at this point. I'm about to take the kids out to a movie, so let's check it out. Ooh, it's interesting. Not interesting like, oh, it's a bad interesting. No, it's not like that. It's it makes the lemon berry juice taste a little bit different, but not different in like, oh, it's something strange. No, it brings out different nuances and flavor molecules in my tongue. It hits my throat differently. It's not as rough, I guess is the way to put it. It's a smooth juice for a lemon, but you know how lemons tend to have that throat hit or kind of that roughness on your throat a bit? It doesn't have that on this, so that's something to point out. Now, as I did mention, the build quality on this is spectacular. You know, in comparison, you could compare American-made products and China-made products, Chinese-made, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all about your preference. What do you like? What do you enjoy? And that's basically it. So going off that, these are both really good squonking atomizers. this would be easier for a beginner to build on, and quality wise, spend the 60 bucks and buy you a Twisted Messes 24 Pro. I think it's awesome. And I'm not a fanboy. This is the first one that I have spent my hard-earned money on. You know, budget $30, great atomizer. $60, I wouldn't say better atomizer, but better for the money for what you're getting, in my opinion. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Please give me a like down below. Check out M.Terk's coils on localvape.com and twistedmesses.com. You can look up this RDA and many other Twisted Messes products and t-shirts, etc. So hope this again was helpful for you, and I appreciate you tuning in today. Fish fam, tank on, vapors, vape on, and I will see you in the next one. Me and the Leon squonk box with the Twisted Messes 24 Pro. We're getting out of here today.